part 2 with Joe Plazek. I hope you caught the one we aired on Friday. A couple of nice photos he sent me, too. I hope you guys are enjoying those. Yesterday, we got kind of an overall view, on a Friday, of Joe Plazek's career, how he came from, as he said, asphalt, and that's where we're going to start, by the way, and also ended on asphalt as part of the Cast Car Series. A lot of dirt wins in between. So let's head back up to, and now since we joked with it so much, I don't know if I have this right or not, Caister Center, Ontario, right, Joe? Did I get it right, or did I say it like Jack Burgess?
No, you said it perfect. Yeah,
okay.
That would be the way I would announce that.
Yeah, not Castor Corners or something like Jack would say. So first thing we're going to do, because you've had a lot of experience in this, and Joe, this was the first thing we talked about, because, again, we talked on the phone for about half an hour before I hit record again, are the accents. We learned a lot about the Canadian accent when my daughter drove the Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour. It's amazing you said, because the first word I picked up on you was asphalt, and that's pretty much what everybody says, whether it's Ontario or Ottawa, right, or Quebec.
I always thought it was asphalt. Yeah.
So ASHPHALT. Tell me you ran into a lot of other accents, and you said the first one was as soon as you went over the bridge. What was it, the Peace Bridge?
Yeah, I always was amazed geographically how, Ontario we talk one way, and you just cross the Peace Bridge, and there's a New York State twang there that everybody has, and you just think, wow, a river separates that. It's amazing. But it does happen.
And then New England, like Bentley Warren, that's a different accent, right?
Yeah, there's all kinds of them. All through the States, there's all kinds of different accents.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, our friends up in Hogansburg, a different accent up there, too. It's amazing. We're not all that far away, but amazing sometimes what you could tell. And you can always tell the Canadians, asphalt is one of the words. Also, how do you say O-U-T?
I say outside.
Out, yeah, so you get it more of an ow, almost like ow with a T on the end of it. So we don't say toque and all that stuff, the old Bob and Doug's McKenzie things, do we?
Well, I use toque. Yeah, I use toque. It's, okay. When I'm in the U.S. and I say toque, everybody looks at me and goes, what are you talking about? I go, a toque. And they go, that's a hat.
Yeah, winter hat is what that is, guys. So, yeah, look up Doug and Bob McKenzie sometimes, guys, and you'll see what we're talking about. Funny stuff from way back in the
look up the
early 80s.
You hoser.
Yeah, you hoser. That's right. Oh, what was it? Take off, you hoser. That was what it was. That's right. So, all right. So now this time we're going to talk about some specific things, and we're going to talk about what it was like from him going from what he did before. He was 16, 17, and 18 when he ran, as we put it, asphalt, 3 different divisions. But I would imagine that switch to dirt could not have been easy.
I had no problem with it, really.
Really?
When people said to me, I ran asphalt on Saturday nights and dirt on Sunday nights, and they said to me, how do you switch like that? And I went, how do you drive down a snowy road in just January or in the hot road in July? And they went, well, 2 different things. I go, well, so is asphalt racing and dirt racing, right? You're on one or the other, so you drive accordingly.
Maybe the better analogy would be a snowy road, perhaps, Joe, right?
That's January snowy road, versus a July hot, sticky asphalt road, right? Mm-hmm. You're on one or the other. You don't have to, you don't drive the same in July as you do in January.
That's true. Yeah, you're sliding around in one, the other one you're hooked down. What was the first track you went to that was dirt?
First track I went to was Cuba Speedway, and that was. My dad used to have the towing there. We had the yard, so we had the tow truck there every Friday night.
Oh.
And I kind of grew up around there, so that was kind of the natural progression. So I was racing motocross up until 16, and then Dad and Mom couldn't wait to get me off the bikes and into a race car. So we ended up with a past champions car. We bought it off them, and they kind of tutored us and mentored us to try to get us up to speed. And it didn't take too long. We were a top 5, I'd say a 5th, 6th place car by mid-season, and we got the hang of it pretty quickly.
When did you start coming down to the States to race on dirt?
Well, the transition to dirt was through another car owner that had a car. We wanted to do a little asphalt racing, so we built an asphalt car, and we ran asphalt Saturday nights and dirt Sunday nights. And then I started liking the dirt so much that we decided to go full dirt in '83. That was '82. In '83, we decided to go full dirt, and we bought a Troyer mud bus off Maynard, and we went Ransomville, Merrittville, Humberstone 3 nights a week for the '83 season.
When did we start seeing you in Central New York then?
Well, that was a progression that happened kind of by us running for Rookie of the Year against Jimmy Bigelow. And when we got done, we thought that, okay, we're going to run, for Rookie of the Year. It's going to be, Ranceville Rookie of the Year, Maryville Rookie of the Year, Humberstone Rookie of the Year. Well, we got to, the end of August, got to Labor Day. All of a sudden we learned that, there's a dirt overall Rookie of the Year. And to do that, you had to run the Cam 2 Trail. And that was started, I think, Labor Day at Syracuse, and then Rolling Wheels that night, and then it went to Lebanon the next week, and then, that 200-lap deal goes all fall. So
that's right, the Sunoco series went in the fall, right.
That was the first taste of going to Central New York and getting acquainted with the tracks down there.
And obviously, different competition. You started going to these, and this was the equivalent of the Supercar Dirt Series at the time, right? Was what this was.
Well, no, they run the CRC Tour, which was the summertime deal, and then as soon as you got to fall, it went Cam 2 Trail. So that was another whole point structure, and I think they combined the two for a dirt overall champion. But
and I think they used home track points too, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, and that's how the Rookie of the Year deal went. We used the home track you were the highest point man at. Mm-hmm. You used those home track points plus the Cam 2 Trail points, and they were combined for who was going to be Rookie of the Year. And Jim Bigelow did win it in the end. I think I ended up blowing up some motors, and we fell short. I mean, okay. I think Jim in the end went to the Schaefer race in Syracuse. We didn't even end up going. We just were out of gear, probably energy. Mm-hmm. just didn't make it happen.
And the next part, by the way, and again, we're limited to 10 minutes. I told you guys because the software and the camera here. So we'll go to Syracuse in the next one. Out of these new tracks you went to, besides Syracuse, which one did you take to quickest?
I hated them all, really. I
really
didn't take any of them. It wasn't the track. It was just everything was so tough, right? We come out of a deal up here where we were probably a top 10 car, on a given night. And then instantly when we went to, Canandaigua, Rolling Wheels, all these places, we were struggling to get into the show in a 20th place car, right? Okay. So it was a whole different deal, and it was tough. And the tracks were the least of my problems. I had a lot of problems. But the tracks were just, so every track I went to was tough. As time progressed, Canandaigua would be my favorite. There's no doubt. I mean, I always said you can't hold anybody up at Canandaigua. If you're running good, you're going to win. And at that time it was a racy place. I hear that it's getting better again.
It is better. Yes.
There was a lull in the middle there. I hear that it wasn't as racy as it was years ago. But when I was there, it was a real racy place.
All right. What did you have a favorite right away? Is there one place maybe more of one you didn't like as much outside of Canandaigua? Were you a short track guy? Were you more of an intermediate? Were you more like Lebanon Valley?
You know what? I started to like them all once I started to get it figured out. I mean, Brewerton, Wheat Sport, Rolling Wheels, everything was a great place. Once I started to figure it out and get going better. But when you're struggling, everything is a tough hill to climb. Right?
Mm-hmm. What was your worst wreck and what happened? We got about a little over a minute, so kind of condense it a little if you can.
I don't know. We wrecked a lot of stuff. Probably the one that sticks out in my mind the most was the one at Canandaigua. The one night I got over a tire going into one, ended up pirouetting and upside down on the track, and you're upside down. All you can hear is ding, 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 and then boom. One of the cars.
Yeah, somebody hit you right behind your cage, right?
Yeah.
I was there. I remember. It led to some safety improvements, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, and it broke the cage right at where my head was, right? So it's and you know what? It didn't even scare me that much. I don't know. I'm just kind of an idiot, I guess. But no. I mean, it's one of those things. My dad mostly. It scared my dad a lot.
Oh, it scared all of us who were watching it. And again, we're up against the deadline here, guys. So the big thing there is that we learned from it. We made the cars safer. The next part, we're going to talk about Syracuse, and Joe's got a great story there about his rookie year that I know you're going to love, especially when he started up front and had such high hopes, and boom, just like that, they were gone. Hit the Blue 8, guys. Joe, as always, I appreciate your time, man. I'll talk to you again real soon.
Okay, thank you, Doug.